Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to really get into the essentials from the latest thinking and research.
Glad to be here.
So today we're tackling something that's, well, fundamentally shifting how we think about work, about careers, digital skills.
Right. It's a big one.
Yeah, the whole landscape is changing so fast.
Yeah.
And things that used to be, just for the IT folks,
Hmm.
now it's everyone's job. The research we looked at for this, it paints a really stark picture.
It does.
Basically, if companies want to succeed, that gap, the digital fluency gap between the tech specialists and, well, everyone else, it just has to get smaller.
And the why behind that is incredibly powerful. Think about the rise of AI, generative AI, and all these other digital tools.
It's everywhere.
Exactly. They promise huge growth, massive productivity gains. But, and this is the key to me, the data shows those benefits. They're pretty much out of reach if your employees aren't, well, up to speed.
So the potential is there, but you can't unlock it without the people.
Precisely. And what's really eye-opening isn't just that the digitally savvy companies are doing better, it's the scale of it.
Okay.
We're talking 2 to 6 times the total shareholder returns compared to competitors lagging behind.
2 to 6 times. Wow.
Yeah, it's not just about being a bit more efficient. It suggests, a fundamental competitive edge, maybe even an existential one. It changes what being a market leader even means now.
That's a staggering lead. Does that gap become, I don't know, impossible to close at some point? Or is there still time for others to catch up if they act now?
That's the crucial question, isn't it? It certainly puts the pressure on.
It really highlights the why. So for you listening, our mission here is to unpack why this shift is happening. Look at the benefits, because they really are mutual for employees and companies.
Definitely a win-win potential.
And critically, give you a sort of roadmap. How can organizations actually tackle this huge upskilling challenge? Okay, let's dig in.
Let's do it.
So what's fundamentally different now? Why is digital upskilling suddenly a must-have for literally everyone in a company, not just the tech team?
Well, it's crucial to get that this isn't just about the purely technical jobs. Think about executives, right? The leaders setting the strategy.
Oh.
More and more, they're responsible for delivering products and services that are enabled by tech.
Right, tech isn't separate anymore.
Exactly. So they need to understand, cloud migration costs, moving your stuff online. They need to grasp enterprise architecture trade-offs.
Which is kind of the big picture of how all the company's tech fits together.
Yeah, basically. How systems connect, the pros and cons of different setups, and of course, cybersecurity risks, which are only getting more complex.
And data.
Oh, absolutely. Strong data governance, which is vital today, that depends on leaders who actually get what data matters, what it's telling them, how to use analytics. If the leadership doesn't understand the tech context, well, how can they lead effectively through it?
Good point. They'd be flying blind.
And the urgency is really stark. Recent figures show 92% of companies, they plan to increase their AI investments in the next 3 years.
92%. That's almost everyone.
Almost everyone. But then, get this. Only 1% of leaders say their current AI deployment is actually mature.
1%.
Wow.
That's a huge gap between ambition and reality.
A profound disconnect.
And when you look at what companies are doing, it gets even more interesting, maybe a bit worrying.
How so?
Well, a survey of over 80 U.S. tech-focused firms found this strong agreement. 80% said upskilling is the best way to close skills gaps.
Okay, that makes sense. Strong consensus.
Right, 80% think it's critical. But, and this is the kicker, only 28% actually plan to invest significantly in upskilling programs in the next couple of years.
Wait, only 28% are planning to act on what 80% believe is the solution?
Exactly. It's not just a gap. It feels like a chasm between saying it's important and actually, putting money and resources behind it. What do you think is stopping them? Inertia? Cost?
It could be a mix of things. But it definitely highlights this massive skills gap that's already here.
Yeah.
An analysis of, I think it was 4.3 million tech job postings, it found fewer than half the candidates actually had the high demand skills listed.
Less than half. So the talent pool isn't meeting the demand?
Not even close. And the World Economic Forum. They estimate nearly 6 out of 10 workers will need retraining by 2030.
6 in 10.
And that 22% of jobs globally are just going to change, fundamentally change because of tech. It's like a tidal wave coming.
So where are these gaps coming from? What are tech leaders saying is the root cause?
The analysis points to 3 main culprits. First, outdated skills and just not enough training that was cited by 46%.
Okay.
Second, a simple lack of experience among employees, that's 43%.
Makes sense. Hard to get experience if the skills are new.
Right. And third, this ongoing misalignment between what education universities, colleges teaches and what companies actually need. That was 37%.
So it's training, it's experience, and it's the education pipeline. A multi-part problem.
Definitely needs a multi-part solution. But if we connect this back, upskilling really is, or can be, this incredible win-win.
Okay, how so? Let's talk benefits.
Well, for employees, think about it. Lack of skills is often the #1 barrier stopping people from switching jobs or moving up.
Right, feeling stuck.
Exactly. So workers who are actively looking for upskilling, they're signaling they're motivated, ambitious. They're exactly the kind of people employers should want. A really desirable talent pool.
And for the companies themselves, what's the upside beyond just filling roles?
Oh, the organizational benefits are huge. It creates this positive feedback loop. Investing in your people isn't just, a nice HR thing.
It's not just perks.
No, it directly drives financial performance. Companies that are good at developing their people, they see more consistent profits, higher resilience.
Okay, that's interesting. More stable.
Yeah. And their attrition rates, people leaving, are about 5 percentage points lower than companies just focused on the bottom line.
5 points lower attrition. That saves a ton on recruitment and retraining too.
Absolutely. And get this. Organizations that focus on both human capital and financial performance, they're 4 times as likely to outperform financially.
4 times. So it's not an either.
Yeah.
Investing in people is investing in financial success.
It's core to sustainable advantage. And what's fascinating is, even though lots of employees might be playing around with Gen AI tools,
Yeah, trying them out.
nearly half say they want more formal training. They're actively seeking it.
So the demand is there from the workforce itself. They're hungry for this,
Absolutely. They want structured ways to build these skills.
which really underlines that companies need to ditch the sort of generic one-size-fits-all training approach.
Right. It needs to be strategic.
Yeah, a proper blueprint. And the research we looked at lays out 5 key steps for building these digital capabilities effectively.
That's right. Step 1 is all about identifying the crucial skills and getting business leaders aligned.
Okay, prioritize.
Exactly. You can't boil the ocean. Companies need to figure out which skills will really help us win. Where are our biggest gaps? What skills attract and keep the best people?
And leaders need to be on board.
Critically, senior leaders have to make it a shared priority. Lead by example. Be visible champions. It has to come from the top.
Makes sense. What's step 2?
Step 2 is creating a holistic upskilling strategy. Don't reinvent the wheel. Learn from companies that have done this well.
Look for best practices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Start small, maybe with pilot programs, build internal support, get buy-in, and then scale up. That's how you make sure it actually sticks and becomes part of the company culture.
Okay, pilot, then scale. Got it.
Third, focus on developing learning experiences quickly and iteratively. Things change fast.
So you need to be agile with the training itself.
Precisely. Use analytics, use Gen AI, partner with universities or other external experts to get curricula out there fast.
And keep it practical.
Very practical. Focus on real-world application, get feedback quickly, use new tools to make learning more effective.
Right. Number 4.
Fourth is putting the learner in the driver's seat. This is about culture change.
Ownership.
Exactly. Foster a culture where continuous learning is expected, where employees feel ownership. Integrate learning into the daily workflow. Make it always on, not just a once-a-year thing. People need to take charge of their own development journey.
Less hand-holding, more enabling.
You got it. And finally, step 5. Reinforce the value of learning throughout the entire employee life cycle.
How do you do that?
Make explicit links. Connect skill building to goal setting, to incentives, to career progression paths. Show people how learning helps them grow within the company.
So it's tied to tangible rewards and opportunities.
Yes, and managers are absolutely crucial here. They need to provide the time, the support, maybe even act as teachers or coaches themselves as people apply new skills.
That point about managers as teachers and integrating learning into daily work. It makes me think about that old 70-20-10 model.
Yes, 70% on the job, 20% from others, 10% formal learning.
Yeah. So what does all this mean for that framework? With Gen AI blurring the lines, are we ditching the 7-20-10? Maybe no more mandatory annual compliance videos. My team would love that.
Yeah. Well, maybe fewer boring ones. But it's more that the lines are blurring. The future isn't just about, adding more training hours.
Deeper than that.
Much deeper. It's about fundamentally reimagining work itself as inherently developmental. Learning becomes seamless, integrated, personalized, continuous.
Part of the job, not separate from it.
Exactly. And directly tied to business outcomes.
Okay, that's a big shift. To help us grasp this better, the material breaks down the skills gaps into 3 main categories.
Right. Technical foundations, deeper technical expertise, and business fundamentals.
Let's take those one by one. First up, technical foundations for all. What's that about?
This is really about boosting that baseline tech fluency for everyone and fostering that learning mindset we talked about.
The basic digital literacy plus willingness to learn.
Kind of. Key skills here include understanding Gen AI and other new tech agile ways of working.
Agile methods, yeah.
Data fluency, just being comfortable with data, some engineering basics, and importantly, understanding your own company's specific tech setup, its tech stack.
And how do companies typically deliver this foundational stuff?
Often through virtual courses, live or on demand, but crucially, it's usually augmented with custom content, maybe co-created with internal experts or external partners to make it relevant.
Any examples of this working well?
Yeah, there's a good one. A big global consumer packaged goods company, they built a whole digital academy, enrolled 3,000 employees.
3,000, wow.
Yeah, developed over 100 hours of content, tailored it for everyone from frontline workers right up to senior leaders. And it wasn't just classes, it changed how people worked.
What was the result?
Within 18 months, a 20 to 40% increase in throughput and productivity in their frontline operations just by changing ways of working, driven by that foundational learning.
20 to 40%. It's a massive impact just from foundational skills. Okay, category 2, deeper expertise for tech roles.
All right, so this is for the tech folks themselves. It's about developing that advanced knowledge and experience they need for really urgent business problems.
So the specialist skills, like what?
Things like AI and machine learning, deep cloud tech knowledge, product management, cybersecurity, complex architecture design, the really cutting-edge stuff.
And how are companies tackling this level of upskilling? And it sounds harder.
It is. Often involves rapidly developed, highly customized training. Sometimes it's employee-led pathways, maybe using external certifications to validate skills.
Certifications. The research mentioned something about what's in a badge, right?
Exactly. Recognition matters. It's not just about learning. Employees want proof. So that could be internal credentials the company creates, badges for completing courses, or those third-party certifications that have value in the wider job market.
Tangible proof of new skills. Makes sense. Does what skills are prioritized here depend on the company?
Oh, absolutely. It varies a lot based on their digital maturity.
How so?
Well, maybe an established lower growth company might focus on modernization, cloud, DevSecOps, that sort of thing.
Getting the foundations right.
Yeah. A stable growing company might focus more on skills for new growth, like product management, connecting tech better with the business.
And they're really tech-focused companies.
They're often prioritizing skills that boost customer experience or just accelerate growth even faster. Everyone's needs are a bit different.
Can you give an example here, too?
Sure. A large professional services firm, they launched a new AI consulting practice. Needed to train hundreds of people fast.
Big challenge.
Huge. So instead of traditional classes, they used a 3-month skills accelerator. It blended learning right into the daily work.
How did that work?
Things like self-assessed online exercises, intensive boot camp workshops, and crucially, apprenticeships with their own tech experts. Very hands-on.
Immersive.
Yeah.
And the outcome?
It really boosted their agility, their ability to respond to tech changes, and employees felt way more confident about their skills, which is huge in a competitive market.
Confidence is key. Okay, final category. Business fundamentals for tech talent. Why do techies need business skills?
It's the flip side of the coin we discussed earlier. Just like business leaders need tech understanding, tech employees need business context.
Ah, right. To connect the dots.
Exactly. It helps them develop business acumen, understand the organization better, and build those crucial soft skills influencing communication, problem solving.
So things like complex problem solving, creative thinking. What else?
Communications, definitely.
Yeah.
Storytelling, being able to explain technical stuff clearly. Stakeholder engagement, people management, even conflict resolution. These are often the skills that turn a good technical idea into real innovation.
They're the bridge builders. How do companies teach this?
The best ones take a cross-functional approach. They tailor content specifically for tech teams using tangible examples from their world.
Make it relevant.
Highly relevant. There's an example of a global retailer that created a comprehensive academy just for their tech talent.
Covering both tech and business.
Yep. Both foundational business skills and tech skills. And their tech leadership was deeply involved in setting the priorities.
Leadership buy-in again. Did it work?
Hugely successful pilots. Over 60 employees went through. More than 90% recommended it. Now they're scaling it to train over 1,800 people in the first year.
1,800.
And they found it's actually helping them attract new talent, too, because people see they invest in development.
That's a great side benefit. So, if we pull this all together, who needs what? It sounds like tech employees kind of need all three buckets.
Pretty much. Foundations, deep expertise, and business fundamentals.
And team leads or middle managers in tech.
They definitely need that deep expertise to lead credibly, plus the business skills to drive results across teams.
Okay, and the senior execs.
They need enough technical fluency to weave it into strategy and deliver results. They probably already have the business fundamentals, hopefully.
Right, so it's this layered, comprehensive approach depending on the role.
Exactly. And the need for this is only growing. I mean, looking ahead, projections suggest almost a quarter of U.S. jobs could change by 2027.
A quarter. That's soon.
Very soon. The pace of tech change means accelerating skill building isn't just nice to have, it's a strategic imperative, non-negotiable.
Absolutely. And the research highlights some really practical ways to speed this up, to future-proof the workforce.
Practices we can adopt now.
Right. First one. Bringing learning into the actual flow of work. We touched on this, but how does it work day to day?
It's about managers being coaches, assigning tasks specifically designed to practice a new skill, encouraging people to experiment, even if they might fail initially.
Creating psychological safety to try things.
Yes, and simple things like managers regularly asking, hey, what did you learn this week? How could you use that next week? Making learning a constant, low-key conversation.
Small nudges, big impact. Okay, what else?
Second, embedding learning into the technology itself. This is where AI gets really interesting.
How so? AI as a teacher.
Kind of. Imagine Gen AI providing real-time tips, suggestions, even simulations right within the software you're using.
Give me an example.
Okay, say a manager struggles with running effective meetings. AI could potentially explain common pitfalls, offer instant suggestions during the meeting prep, or even run a practice simulation of a difficult conversation.
Whoa. Real-time coaching.
Or in a contact center, AI could provide real-time guidance to an agent dealing with a tricky customer call, like a helpful coach whispering in their ear.
That's powerful. Any caveats?
Of course, you have to manage these AI tools carefully, ensure accuracy, prevent errors, handle data privacy. But the potential for rapid, personalized, in-context learning is immense.
Got it. Third way to accelerate.
Upskilling your own experts and managers to become learner teachers.
Using internal talent to teach.
Exactly. Train experienced employees how to instruct their peers. They bring real-world context, practical insights. Learners often find that peer-to-peer sharing more powerful, more credible than a traditional trainer.
It democratizes the expertise within the company.
Precisely. Fourth, integrate and gamify the user experience of learning.
Make it less boring.
Essentially, yes. Whether the learning content is internal or external, make the platform easy and pleasant to use. Add interactive elements. Maybe use badges or points for milestones.
Like fitness apps or language learning apps do?
Exactly. Make it engaging, maybe even a little fun. It boosts completion rates and effectiveness.
Okay, makes sense. And the fifth one?
Fifth is codifying and democratizing technical knowledge. Build shared repositories.
Like internal wikis or knowledge bases.
Yes, but potentially more dynamic. Places where employees can share tools, code snippets, techniques they've developed, where they can ask questions, get FAQs answered, maybe even upvote the best solutions.
Crowdsourcing knowledge.
Right, and you can integrate AI here too to help organize it, make it searchable, maybe even help onboard new tech talent faster by pointing them to the right resources. Like a collective, always-on mentor.
It all comes back to that idea you mentioned earlier.
Reimagining work itself.
Yeah, making learning seamless, integrated, personalized, continuous, part of the job.
Directly tied to business outcomes. It's a fundamental shift, truly.
And there you have it. This deep dive really shows, doesn't it, that this move towards a digitally fluent workforce. It's not just some passing trend.
No, it's absolutely core strategy.
It's a strategic imperative. It's about getting those foundational digital skills out to everyone and making sure the tech teams understand the business. two sides of the same coin.
Creates that integrated, future-ready organization.
Yeah.
So for leaders listening, the task is clear. Identify your biggest skills gaps. Align your company's strategy with learning programs that are responsive, dynamic. Make sure everyone is part of building those digital capabilities for whatever comes next.
So a final thought for everyone listening. If learning is really becoming part of the job itself, inherent in the work, what does that mean for how you approach your own tasks, your career?
Good question.
How can you, starting today, proactively weave learning into your own flow of work? How can you make every task, every project, an opportunity to grow those skills, something to definitely mull over as you go about your day?